Some people don't even wash their automobiles. Other people run them through these automatic car washes so many times it looks like their paint was scrubbed with an SOS pad. Then you got the complete other end of the spectrum. You got the crazies. You got the guys spending $6,000, $8,000 on a ceramic diamond coat color corrective in full detail. What does that even mean? How much does that cost? What's involved with doing something like that? We got a rare unicorn in our stable today. This is a very low mile, all-wheel drive, twin turbo 2013 Ford Taurus SHO. And if you know, you know. We're gonna give you some fun facts about the car later in the video. Right now, I wanna talk about what we're doing in this vehicle, what products we're using, and why we're doing it. Everything we're gonna do today is super simple. Any one of you can do it. And we're gonna show you every product and process we use, and every tool that we use on this is what most car guys have in their garage anyway. As with any good detail, I wanna start with thoroughly washing the vehicle, but to simply say wash the vehicle is not an accurate statement. What we're doing is a multi-step, full-blown decontamination. The kids online call it decon, but it's absolutely imperative you do these steps to get the best job possible. The first thing we want to do is rinse the car thoroughly. We're obviously using a power washer. It saves a lot of time, but if you don't have a power washer, a garden hose will work. Step two is we're using a product from Carpro. It's called Reset. We're gonna load that into this $30, $40 foam cannon, and we're gonna spray the entire vehicle, let it linger. This step is important because what it's doing is breaking up 90+% of all the dirt and the grime that's sitting on this paint job. The next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna rinse it again. After that, we're using the same product, Reset by Carpro, and this is a super soap that's specifically designed for this ceramic system we're using in this video today. We want to hand wash this vehicle with the Reset. You can use microfibers, you can use mitts, but we're going to wash the car very well. And I like to do a left to right movement and up and down. I don't like the Mr. Miyagi tight circles. After the car is washed, we're going to rinse it again, and those are the first steps to do before you move to clay bar. While the car is still wet, I want to start my clay barring process. We're using these two products from Mother's. This is the lubricant, this is the clay bar. I want to take the lubricant and spray one full panel, and I want to open up my clay bar and cut it in half or maybe a third. When I'm doing my clay bar, I want to use those left to right movements and up to down movements. I don't like the Mr. Miyagi tight circles. If you look at the clay bar, it's going to get loaded up with some junk. Basically what it's doing is it's pulling all of the bad stuff that's embedded into the clear coat, and it's technically like an ultra-fine sandpaper. So yes, it is putting microscopic scratches on your paint job. You want to do this very thoroughly over the paint, the glass. We even did the headlights and taillights because we're going to ceramic coat those too. After that, we're going to rinse the vehicle again. Then we're going to use this product called Iron X by Carpro. We're going to spray it over the whole vehicle, let it sit for about a minute. If you look at it, you can actually see it reacting with the iron, and it's turning purple. This is a very important step that a lot of people miss, and if you're doing a high-end correction coating, you definitely want to do this, and then you rinse it. Now it's time to get the vehicle super dry. We're going to come in and blow the vehicle off. We're going to wipe the vehicle down with microfibers. We're going to pop all four doors, the deck lid, and under the hood, and we're going to make sure that everything in there is clean and dry. We're even going to go as far as jounce the car a little bit to shake any water loose and wipe all of that stuff down because we want to mask the vehicle up. What exactly are we taping up? All of the plastic and rubber. We do not want to hit that with any kind of compound. It could destroy it. Cover up your tires too. We need to leave just the paint and the glass and the headlights and the taillights exposed because those are going to get the ceramic coating. You wanted the fun facts? I got them right here. This is a 2013 Ford Taurus SHO, and the paint code is UX, that's ingot silver. It's got about 365 horsepower, and it weighs in at a whopping 2+ tons. You heard it right, 4,400 pounds is what this car weighs. The fuel is not bad. You get 26 miles a gallon if you're cruising down the E-way with the cruise control set. If you're cruising around the city and you're driving normal, you'll get about 18. This car only runs on premium, and this is what we refer to as a top 10 car, but it's also like a sleeper car. What do I mean by a top 10 car? This will beat performance-wise 90% of the cars on the street today. But also, it's kind of a sleeper because this is more of like a Cadillac Lincoln. It's a large car, a lot of room, and it drives very nice. The cubic inch, people don't talk like that anymore. They call it a 3.5 liter. But for my old school folks, that's about 216 cubic inch. It is a V6, it is twin turbo, it is all-wheel drive, and that is the Taurus SHO. Now the car's ready to go, but we need to slow down. We need to evaluate where we're at and what's best for the car because every situation could be different. We like to make sure that the vehicle is clean, and we like to use a mill gauge to know what we're dealing with. Are we dealing with OEM paint? Are we dealing with thin paint, thick paint, or whatever? Some vehicles, you may have to come in with a rotary and a wool pad and get crazy to take out scratches, assuming you have the material to do that. We're in a different situation. Our car is 100% OEM. We're sitting at 5 mils or more, so we've got decent amount of material. I love rotaries. I'm part of the rotary gang, but I'm not going to come in here with a wool pad and a rotary and get crazy on this car. That is an overkill. With this car, we're going to use the Rupes, we're going to use the Bigfoot 15, and we're going to do a 1 or 2 step system, and we're going to perform what we refer to as paint correction. And I admit, I hate that term. I'm more of a, hey, I buffed this car or I wheel this car type of guy. But this is technically paint correction because we can do a 1-step or a 2-step system. If you're a 3D guy, you can use their 2-step system. If you're a 3M guy, you can use their 2-step system. The Rupes on a DA polisher, I think does a better job, and it's safer for vehicles like we're dealing with. So we're gonna come in, wheel the whole car, do the paint correction on the whole car, and get ready to the next step. This isn't a normal buff job where we come in and we just buff the painted pieces on the vehicle. Since we're doing a full-blown 360 ceramic coating, we're gonna actually buff the paint, the glass, the headlights, the taillights, even the wheels on the car. Once all that's done and it's perfect, I want to check it with the light to make sure everything's good. I'm going to blow the vehicle off, and we're using the Carpro system, so we're going to use a product called Eraser, and that's going to be our final clean. We're going to go over the car a couple times, make sure it's perfect, even hit it with a light. We're going to open up the doors, the hood, the deck lid, make sure everything in there is clean. We're going to hit every nook and cranny, and now we're ready for the ceramic coating. You notice all the tape marks that we have around the car? We use different colored tapes to signal what needs to happen. If it needs a little bit of compound in an area, we'll do like a yellow tape. But these green tape marks, there's 15 of them on the car body, and there's 39 of them on the front bumper. All of those need to get filled. What we're gonna do is we're gonna use a 2K base coat and a 2K clear coat, and we're actually gonna come in and we're gonna touch up each one of those spots, and we're gonna let it dry overnight. This is the end of day one. There's 3 of us, and we've been here for about 8-9 hours. Now, in all reality, we didn't work the whole 8 or 9 hours, and plus one guy always has a camera, but it was a long first day. We want to get this step done tonight so it can actually dry, and we're going to hit it again in the morning. Let's do a little recap so you know exactly where we're at with this vehicle, and you know exactly everything that you should do before you put that first round of ceramic coating on. We obviously washed the vehicle really well. Then we came in and we used our clay bar. After that, we used our Iron X product to remove any kind of contaminants. Then we rinsed the car really well. We like to come in and use a mill gauge and actually measure the panel so we know what we're working with. After that, this is super important. You have to assess the vehicle so you know what kind of aggression you need for the buffing stage. With us, a 1 or 2 step system was fine for this particular car. Then we did a round of touch-ups, and then we used our final clean, which was the eraser, and now we're ready to apply our first coat of ceramic on it. This is very important to check all these boxes, because if you leave any imperfections, any scratches, any swirls, and you put that protective coating on it, you're gonna encapsulate the mess up, and it's gonna be there forever. Now we're on to the good part. Here's the fun part, and it's actually super easy. We're using the Carpro UK 3.0, and we're actually following the technical data sheet. And I'll go over some of the instructions a little bit later, but in the kit, they actually give me this applicator block. It's got a black side and it's got an orange side, and they give me these mini microfibers that are made out of suede. I just put the microfiber on top of the black, I wrap it around. I do need to get a high quality, low pile microfiber. Now when I start doing this process, this and this is probably gonna be junk in maybe an hour or less, depending on the heat and humidity and everything else. When I apply it, I'm gonna do a 50 centimeter by 50 centimeter area, and I'm doing that up and down, left and right. All I do is I take this product and I simply run a small amount back and forth, 2 lines, doesn't take a lot. And if you don't know what 50 centimeters is by 50 centimeters, I just go 2 foot by 2 foot roughly, and I just apply it just like that. After it sits for a while, I can wipe it off. I probably am only gonna do 1 or 2 panels with this microfiber and with this suede little mini microfiber before I change them out to new products. Here's 2 things we need to know. This is the actual ceramic coat. This is the UK 3.0, and this little bottle is what we're gonna use on 2 or 3 coats on the car. We can use it on the headlights, and we can use it on the black applique parts, taillights as well. The glass and the wheels get a different kind of ceramic coating. This instruction sheet, I mentioned some things earlier, but there's a lot of information here, and I'm not gonna read everything to you. But I do wanna point out, you wanna work in a ventilated area. You wanna wear a respirator, even when you're using that iron out. That is nasty stuff. Wear your gloves. Another thing that you wanna do with your microfibers is after an hour, when you're buffing that stuff off or using the little suede ones to apply it, that stuff's gonna be junk in around an hour. Never work on your vehicle in direct sunlight, and don't work on your car when it's hot. There's 50 other facts that you have to know before you are successful with moving on to the ceramic coating. If you wanna know why the wheels are off, in another video, we're gonna show you everything you wanna know about the interiors, the wheels, the glass, and all of that stuff will be in a video down the road. Most people skip this step using the reload, and I'll be honest with you, it's totally possible. But I'm gonna do the reload step every time. Why is that? It's basically like a sealant. Now, ceramic coatings are known for spotting bad, especially getting hard water on them or sitting out in the sun. By using this sealant, it's gonna supercharge your ceramic job and make it last longer. Why do a job like this? It's a lot of time, it's a lot of money. And I will admit, this is not for every car out there. Where would I use this ceramic coating? I wouldn't do it on a show car that just lives in a garage and goes on a trailer. But if I had a show car that was really a go car and I put 1,000 miles or more on it a year, I would absolutely do this process to that car. If I had a daily driver that I cared for, that I liked, that I wanted to last a long time, besides a full-blown paint protection film, there's nothing better than this step. Now, you do have to take care of it. Every 3 to 6 months, you should wash the car with soap and water and a microfiber, rinse it off, get it dry, and repeat that reload step. That sealant is gonna keep all the bad stuff and all the water off your beautiful vehicle. Now, why would I do this? Maintenance, protection, the list goes on and on. This is the ultimate way to take care and maintain my car that I wanna keep looking mint. If I don't care about mint, then I don't care about this. I'll prove it to you. When we first brought this vehicle in, we washed it and we ran a lot of water over it. You can see how the water sticks to the glass, sticks to the paint, and it doesn't want to slide off. After we actually do this polish, look at the water just bead away from the window in the paint job. This is worth it, in my opinion. So now that we have all the coatings installed, let's do a little bit of recap of where we're at, why we did what we did, and what's the future for this Taurus SHO project. Here's where we're at. We started by applying 2 coats of the ceramic coating. That's the UK 3.0 made by Carpro. The directions say that you can put 2 to 3 coats on. We felt that 2 coats was enough protection. Then we wiped it down with the reload. That's the sealer. This is a very important step that a lot of people miss. This is very inexpensive and very easy to do. I think that you really need to do this because not only does it make it look better, it makes it last a lot longer. How long do ceramic coatings last? How many years should I expect to get out of a job like this? Most companies say that it'll last 2 to 3 years if it's sitting outside in the sun and the rain. But with this product, if it's in your garage and you wipe it down every couple months with the reload, it could last 5, 6, 7 years depending on your environment. What do I do if I come in the next day and I notice a dry spot? Or there's a little smear in the paint or whatever? How do I fix that? Well, it's simple. I take the ceramic coating, I put it on the applicator pad, I wet up that area, I let it sit for a couple minutes, then I take a brand new clean microfiber and I come in and I wipe or buff off that area, and it will get the product to reflow, it will look mint, and it will shine up. Why are we using the Carpro system? There's a lot of other companies out there with bigger names that they're more expensive. They've got to be paying us, right? No, they're not. We've used Carpro products for many years, and I think dollar for dollar, they offer the best ceramic coating in the business. And what I like about them is not only are they cheaper, we spent hundreds of dollars on the coatings, not thousands of dollars, is it's very user-friendly. I feel that any do-it-yourselfer could do what we did in this video in a weekend in a 1 or 2 car garage, and you don't have to be a professional shop. So I think the Carpro line is superior to other people because it's very inexpensive and it's very user-friendly. What's next for the Taurus? Well, to be honest with you, I'm super excited that we got the paint part done, but I want to dive deeper into it. I want to do more. I want to get more extreme with this job, and I want to show you everything that's involved to hit that $8,000, $9,000 job, how many hours and how much money we spent, and most importantly, was it worth it? Hey guys, I'm going to tap out because we're nearing the end of day 2. Now, we didn't have 3 guys working 2 full days. The real world time and the real world money, where we're at with this job right now, is we're at 21 man hours and $300 out of pocket. So if your shop labor rate is $100 an hour, we're at 21 plus the 3, we're just at $2,400, all right? But we're only halfway through the build. We've got the paint all done with that kind of ceramic. We got the car done. But those guys that are getting $6,000 to $8,000, they're doing the interior, they're doing the glass, they're doing the wheels. So we're gonna do a part 2 and show you everything involved on that side of it and how many hours and how much money we had into that. There's a lot of products that we use today, all right? If you're looking for anything in particular, the polishers, the cleaners, the ceramic coating or whatever, check out refinishmedia.com. All that stuff is available. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully you learned a lot. Hopefully you like and subscribe. Until the next time.